Back in the first of my addiction, I really wasn't going to jail a lot. I was married, had kids, and as my addiction got worse, I started going to jail. Through going to jail, I lost my marriage and lost a lot of time with my kids, and I just started spiraling more and more downhill. And so I go to jail in Sullivan County, first time ever being there, and I'm in there, and I'm coming off a drug. I finally just told myself, man, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. I'm getting too old for this. So somebody in there had told me about a program that would get you into rehab. I've never heard of it. He said, well, all you gotta do is go over there and get on the little keypad on the wall or whatever, and it'll show you everything to do. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different, because everything that I've been doing ain't been working. And I know me, but when I get out of jail, I'm just gonna go right back to doing the same exact thing I was doing before. And I just got tired of it. So I got on the little box and I filled out the questions they had for me to fill out. And honestly, I thought it was a long shot. I didn't think I'd get accepted or anything like that, because I only had a short period of time to do in jail. But I filled it out. It was about a month later, somebody from SCAD came down and talked to me. They did a little questionnaire with me, and I answered all the questions. She's like, well, we'll be back to talk to you after we gotta get it approved by the judge. About a month later, one of the jailers come in there one morning and was like, Josh Howard, need to come take a drug test. And I was like, okay, what's this about? So I went there and took the drug test, and I passed it, of course. And he's like, well, pack your stuff. They'll be here to get you. 30 minutes. So then, a guy named Scott came pick me up. They took me to Turning Point. He said, well, you're going to have to do 30 days here, and then they'll get you into like a sober living program. Did my 28 days, and they told me about this program called Recovery Resources. And never heard of it, but from the things I did hear about it, I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because they said you got to do this, you do that. They stay on you, and it's like, I ain't never been able to answer to authority, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always pushed that away, you know what I mean? Like, I've always wanted to do my own thing. But then I got to thinking, and I was like, you know, maybe something like that would be good for me, because everything that I've done before in my life didn't work. I took suggestions. I seen all them guys coming in there. I could tell their lives were a lot better than mine. It was simply because they were sober. I get into this house in Johnson City through Recovery Resources, and honestly, I can say that it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life, because once I started doing the things that they wanted me to do, and working like the 12 steps in the AA book, and going to meetings, got a sponsor, and just meeting all the people and seeing how they're being successful within their lives. They're getting to see their kids, their family, they're building healthy relationships. I was like, you know what, it might work. I start doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and the time comes when I go to court to get my ankle monitor off and be done with the things in Sullivan County that was, you know, keeping me in jail and keeping me in the program, actually. And so I go to court, and the judge sees that I'm doing really well, everything I'm supposed to be doing. So she releases me off everything, takes my ankle monitor off. That day on the way home, when Scott's taking me home, I'm sitting there contemplating on, man, I can leave, I can go home now, you know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about this stuff, I won't go to jail no more, but I just had that moment of realization, you know what I mean? Like, just because I'm off of that don't mean that I can stop doing the right thing and stop being happy, because everything's starting to fall in place, you know? Like, I ended up staying. I've been there for about 7 months now. I got a great job. I'm able to pay my bills. I'm in my kids' lives now. I get to enjoy the things that I missed out on for so long with my kids. I've actually built a relationship with my mother that I never thought that I would. I get to give back to people that's out there still struggling, you know. Just my life now is so much better than it was. And it's all thanks to SCAD, actually, you know. Like, y'all are the ones that started me on the right path to where I'm at now. If it wasn't for y'all, I would have never had this opportunity. I'm glad I never gave up.